Greetings and welcome to this week's magical message. I hope you all have had a wonderful week so far. If you're getting some of this rain, I hope that you all are staying dry. And regardless, I hope that you all are really preparing yourselves for a huge victory, right? There's a lot that's being overcome. And, last week we talked a little bit about some of those victories and things that were going to be coming in. And I actually did a reading for the full week. And just things happened where I wasn't able to post it, and it got to the middle of the week and I was like, well, I'll just do something for the weekend. But I'll share a little bit about what came up over the week so that you all can kind of just see how this reading for the weekend is going to kind of interact, right? So this week there was a lot of energy around things coming out, things being revealed, illusions being removed. So a lot of clarity and a lot of the phrase was come to Jesus moment. So there's a lot of, being put in a situation or in a place where you're having to look at something, or you're given the opportunity, right? Because it doesn't even have to be a forceful thing, but you're given the opportunity to see what the real truth is, to see what the truth is about yourself, about others, about your environment, about the path that you're walking. And you have the ability to take what it is that you've learned and clean house so that, things that are unwanted, things that are like, old, that you don't want to bring forward into your life as you continue, you can clear those things out. But there's also an energy of transmuting the energies that are present and really allowing them to work for you in the best ways. Now, again, like I said, there's a lot that's been coming out. It's a lot of information that's been coming out. It's a lot of records being set straight. And I feel like, for some people, the record being set straight may be internally. It may not be that everybody all over the place sees this. Now, for some of you, it is. It will be something that's broadcast. It'll be something that you see on social media. It'll be something that you see on the news or in the paper or, wherever it is that you get your information, right? It could be within the community, and the community knows all about this injustice that's taking place and the truth that's coming out about it, right? This could be with work as well. If you're dealing with stuff going on at work, things are coming out, right? Clarity is being had. But for some of you, there's going to be truths that come out that are for you to know, for you to have. You may not clear your name with everybody around you, but you will have a certain amount of clarity around the people that really are rocking with you, and you'll have the ability to see yourself more clearly. You'll have the ability to understand why it is that you've traveled the road that you have, why you've had some of the interactions that you've had. And I feel like, there in a bigger picture, there are a lot of things that are being cleared out right now, like major picture type things. So whole realities are shifting. We're not just talking about, you're going to change your career, or, you're going to meet your husband or your wife, or, you're going to have a new baby. It's not just though, it is every nook and cranny, right, of these realities are shifting. And, technically a baby kind of does shift all those things even more. But this isn't just about your home life. This isn't just about your family. This is about the bigger picture and how that bigger picture correlates with society and the changes that our society is going through, right? So you're going to be feeling more of those impacts. And I feel like as the year begins to come to a close, you're going to be feeling that impact even more, right? You're going to be feeling the impact of, the mask coming off. You're going to be feeling the impact of justice hitting the way it needs to, of karma coming and collecting, right? There are a lot of energies present that are getting things put in order, right? And sometimes those truths that come out, especially if they're about people that we love or people that we care about, those truths can be hard to digest, but you're really being encouraged this week and as we move forward to accept these truths about who people are and who they aren't. I feel like this week there are a lot of people who have and will be showing their true colors, and especially next week. And, this isn't even reading for next week, so I'm sure we'll talk about it when I do that reading. But there's a lot of energy next week of people showing their true colors, right? And so your circles might get smaller. Your perspective or your vision of where you're going is going to be shifting and changing. And just overall, I feel like, you may even find that you're hanging out with a different group of people. You may change the kinds of people that you're hanging out with or spending time with. Now we're going to go and jump into the reading for this weekend, more specifically Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay. Now we have the overview that starts with the Freeman, which is the Fool card. We have the Five of Baskets with the Ace of Sticks and the Three of Sticks, in addition to the Milk card. Okay. So in looking at this card immediately, or these cards, immediately what I thought about is, milk is, they say milk builds the body up, right? But too much of anything can cause imbalances. It can cause excess mucus, and diseases and things come where there is mucus, right? Excess mucus. And so it is also, the milk card is also the number one. So this is focusing on the self. This is focusing on balancing that space of building yourself up, but not overindulging in things that's going to inevitably lead to a downfall. So let's say, for instance, maybe you come into a nice amount of money, right? And you want to upgrade your lifestyle. You want to upgrade, your day-to-day life. And so you start to build that up, right? Well, what could happen is, now you're feeling really good about what it is that you're bringing in and what it is that you're transforming. And so you could end up getting to a space where you are overspending or just being greedy in what it is that you have. And so you could end up, at the end of the day, having all of these things, and then at the same time not having the ability to continue to grow because you have just tossed all of the blessings right back out the door. You've just acquired a bunch of stuff, but none of that stuff supports you growing. So make sure that as you begin to build yourself up, you're building yourself up in ways that are sustainable, ways that you can maintain. Sometimes, we want to, especially if you're in a situation that you're not really happy with, sometimes when the opportunity presents itself, you want to completely jump to the other side, right? And not that you can't, but there's a magic in taking your time and going step by step versus going from one space to a completely different space without any prep, anything before that, that kind of gets you ready for all of the new things that are going to come. Because even in a new space, there's still going to be challenges, right? There's still going to be things that you're dealing with and things that come up for you to handle. And if you are not in the right mindset, I'm hearing like your perspective, right? If your mind is not in the right space, it's going to be hard to maintain these spaces. So, so with the Freeman card, the Fool card there, there is a push for you to make this leap, to make this jump, to be willing to put yourself out there and to take this risk, right? This risk is not completely uncalculated though, because it feels like with this Five of Baskets card, there is something from the past that you were rebuilding yourself from. So there are lessons, there's wisdom that you've gained along the way that's going to help to structure what this leap of faith looks like. Right? So you are taking a leap of faith. It is being encouraged that you believe and trust in yourself in the path that you're on. And with the Five of Baskets card being upright, this is, you are gaining, you're getting clarity, but you're also gaining, it feels like, even physical things, or looking at the things that you have physically, the things that you value, the relationships that you value, so that you can make shifts and changes and take what is useful and leave behind what's not, right? So there's a sorting through that you may feel during this weekend period, a cleaning of house, so to speak, and at the same time, you are taking a leap of faith, right? You're just gathering up what you need to move forward. Now we have the Ace of Sticks with the Three of Sticks. The Ace of Sticks can talk about new information, new conversations. It could even be like new opportunities and that kind of thing that comes through. And you have the Three of Sticks, which talks about messages coming in, especially around fortune, finances. This could be group conversations, collective kind of conversations. And this could also, I feel like word is going to be coming in, though. I feel like maybe you've been waiting for this word for a while, right? And so now you're finally getting ready to be able to move forward. Maybe you have been in a particular situation for a while. Maybe things have been a little stagnant, or maybe you just lack clarity on how you needed to move forward. And so I feel like that clarity is finally coming in, right? There was some stuff that needed to be cleared out so that you could get the right messages coming through. Even if we're talking about just like your mind, your emotions, that kind of thing, there is an energy here that's like, if there's no room, nothing can come in, right? If you're full up with, positive, negative, whatever it is, if you're too full to the point where you can't receive in, you've got to clear out, you've got to sort through, right? So that's what I'm getting here, right? You are building yourself up. You are opening up a new path for yourself and following instinctually, because I feel like this is something that you have been guided to do. I feel like this is something that you could have even had dreams about. You could have even just like, even if it was just something where you just kept thinking about it, right? It just kept coming up in your mind what it is that you were needing to do or wanting to do. And maybe you just didn't feel confident enough to do it. But, that way is being opened up. Okay? You're having the opportunity to really move forward. And like really, really move forward, not just take another step, but really, really move forward and experience the kind of changes that you've been really looking forward to, being able to let go and release the past and burdens and things that have been kind of overshadowing your successes. Now we also have Shark and Snail. Shark is the number 5 and Snail is the number 11. And so 11 is a master number. 5 talks about change, transformation. Hey, shark can be, I thought about danger when I saw shark, and snail. So there could be something that's coming in slowly. There could be something, there could be a need to pay attention to people around you, situations around you. Right. It could even be a situation where like people are sharing things with you or bringing in messages to you that cause you to doubt the messages that are divine for you to receive. Right. Or the kind of things that they just like planting seeds of doubt. And so be very mindful, because as this is a major, major shift and change. And like I said, this change is not just personal. This is much bigger than that. This is, where we talk about society or societal kind of changes. It's that kind of energy here. And whenever you have that huge of a change or a shift taking place, is always going to bring out the sharks, right? It's always going to bring out, predators or bottom feeders, or just people who are not in integrity or honest, right? So there could be an energy of something wanting to kind of interfere, and so you're being asked to really trust in what it is that you're receiving. Right now, these messages may have come in slow, so you may even receive some of those discouraging messages before you hear what it is that you're really needing to hear. You may talk to some people about maybe it's something like a job. Maybe you have applied to a new job and people are like, oh, well, I heard back earlier than you did, and this and the third, and I start on this day or whatever. And so you start kind of doubting whether or not you got the job, right? And so I feel like those kind of messages may come before the victorious messages. And you're just being asked to hold on to that faith, that trust, that belief, that understanding that what it is that is for you will come to you. Okay. So with that, we also have Big Mama, which is the Sun card, and courting. So there's something that's coming to light about some kind of connection. This could be a romantic relationship, but it doesn't have to be. But it is some kind of partnership, some kind of relationship that is going through or experiencing this shifting change. Okay, and it's whatever it is coming to light. So I don't feel like this is a truth or this is something that you have to go chase. I feel like this is something that is going to come to you. I feel like even the positive messages or the confirmations and stuff that you're looking forward to, those things are going to come to you. It's not something that you're going to have to chase. It's just time for these other things to be revealed, because it's like whatever cycle you've been on, your guides and ancestors are wanting you to be able to move out of that space. And so they're bringing everything up, and it may feel, depending on your situation, it could feel overwhelming because there's so many different things to look at, so many different things to shift and change, or shifting and changing that's happening, and you don't necessarily have any control over everything that's taking place. And so, you're kind of just going with it, right? But there are changes that are coming in. These are divine changes that are meant to put you in alignment with where it is that you're wanting to be, and making it very clear to you what it is that does not serve you, who it is that does not serve you, so that you can make different decisions as you move forward. And then we have ostrich and monkey. Ostrich is the number 7. Monkey is the number 6. We also have that with the Black Hermit and Father of Coins. And so I thought it was interesting because the Black Hermit wears a tuxedo and the ostrich looks like he's also wearing a tuxedo. So this could be some kind of, I feel like this could be some kind of show. Somebody could be putting on some kind of show. Maybe some kind of false confidence even. Because I feel like there could be some gossip that's going on as well, especially with that monkey card there. But there could also just be conversations about your talents, your abilities, your skills. This could be conversations about how to utilize those skills so that you can receive the finances that you're wanting, that financial stability that you're wanting to receive. And with ostrich having a number 7, number 7 is a very spiritual number. It's also a number about faith, trusting yourself, trusting your opportunities, trusting your direction, and that your faith is in the right place, right? I think too often we can end up doubting ourselves because it doesn't match what maybe the masses believe or what people in our communities are saying, or people that are just close to us, families, friends, co-workers, that kind of thing. And so we can kind of doubt ourselves. We can get to a point where we're not trusting what it is that we should be trusting, right? And so this message is like, trust yourself above anything else. Trust yourself. There are going to be a lot of rumors, a lot of things coming out during this time, not just about you, not just personally, but this is about like society wise. Like it's like whatever is happening personally is being mimicked in the society. And so whenever that happens, those energies are a lot more intense. And not that, like, a lot of times I'll do readings and I'll see the correlation in a, in the bigger picture kind of way, but this energy is a lot more intense. It's touching families, people, individuals, relationships, careers in ways that it hadn't before. Like it is a serious cleaning of house. Okay. So trust yourself, trust your movements, trust what's happening. And, if this for whoever it applies to, if this is someone who is, maybe they're manipulative, maybe they have, they're wealthy, they have some amount of money. With that monkey card in the Bible, it feels like, this could be someone of higher power that is, kind of gossiping, sharing. They could even be sharing like false news and stuff like that, but there's a lot of energy here around gossip. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of gossip. Don't invest yourself too much into it, because it is what it is. It is gossip, right? And not that there's not any truth in gossip, but there's also going to be a lot of untruths. So just, take it with a grain of salt. Watch your own environment. Watch where it is that you're getting your information from. And know that regardless, you're taken care of and you're well. Okay. So that is the overview for a week. Now we're going to look at the days, our weekend. So we're going to look at the individual days for our weekend, see what's coming up there. Okay, so for Thursday, we have Spy, Sunday, School, Vampire, and Stranger. So this could be someone who is, they may like to share the word, right? So here we go again with that conversation, the gossip, that kind of thing. This could be someone who likes to share the word. They may know a lot of information, or they may just be sharing the word, right? Whatever that means, whatever that looks like in your specific situation. Okay? But as someone who's wanting to get information, they're wanting to find out more. So they could be coming to you sharing information in hopes that you share information, right? And so some of what they're going to be sharing is not going to be true, right? But it's meant to get you to move and get you to say what it is that they feel that you won't say. Okay. But this person, we have Vampire and Stranger. So this is probably not going to be someone that you know very well or that you know at all, right? But they're trying to stir up some kind of emotion. I feel like this person could have, especially with that Spy card in the beginning, this person could have been, watching you. So maybe they just finally come to approach you. And you all maybe talk, have a conversation, that kind of thing. And it just may come up that they start asking you some different questions. So just be mindful of this, right? Be mindful of who it is that you're talking to this weekend, because everybody that's coming up to you to have conversation, to share what may seem to be information that's valuable, or, even if it's good news, right? Watch the person who is delivering it, because I feel a lot of dishonesty, a lot of underhanded kind of movements. And so once again, trust yourself, right? Everything is not what it appears to be. And I feel like that is going to be one of the more major lessons during this weekend, is that things are not what they appear to be. So make sure that you're getting the details before you act on things. Make sure that you're really sorting through the information that you have, because someone is trying to stir things up for their own satisfaction, right? This is them feeding themselves. Okay. And it feels like, it because of the way that they're doing it, they're going to end up, or just because they're doing it, they're harming others and people around them, because you may not believe what it is or everything that they're saying, but there are going to be some people who do. There are going to be some people who act on whatever this thing is based off of that. And it's almost like they're getting their rocks off watching them act out whatever it is based on what they've said. Okay, so don't let anybody provoke you. Don't let anybody get in your head and tell you what something is or isn't. Because they're trying to throw you off. And it doesn't even have to be a personal thing. Like I said, this person is like a stranger. You either don't know them well or you don't know them at all. Okay. But just trust yourself. Take heed to those warnings of the people that are coming in to bring conflict, half truths, that kind of thing. Okay. Now with Friday, we have Manifest, Rapid, and Strength. So there are some manifestations, some things that you've been working on, some things that took a lot of strength and will also create a lot of internal strength, self-belief, and confidence as you move forward. But this is coming in really quickly. I feel like it's coming in to kind of seal up some kind of gap, to kind of round everything out in a positive way for you. Okay, but I feel like, once again, this is something that you've been working on. It's something that it wasn't like overnight, last night you was like, oh, I wish for this, and the next day it happened. This is something that you've been asking for a long time, for a good amount of time. And it's finally coming in, and it's coming in very quickly. I feel like because of this clearing that's taking place, the energy is clear and it can travel forward a lot faster. Now with Saturday, we have spiritual energy, ground in the earth, Neptune, DM, and abuse. Okay. So there is a divine masculine who abuses, maybe even abuses his power. This could be someone who works with the earth, works with the ground, or the ground. Something about the ground could be very important. But there's some hidden stuff with this masculine person, whether we're talking about a woman that just holds a lot of masculine energy, or whether we're talking about a man, a distorted masculine figure who's abusing his power. But someone is abusing their power here, and I feel like there is that Neptune card that's here that can kind of hide things and cover things up a little bit, so you don't know exactly what things are. But I feel like because you see it, like the way that I'm seeing this Neptune card, you're gonna see what it is, and I feel like that is what is gonna make the difference, right? You're gonna see what it is. And it may even be that it's not towards you directly. You may see this taking place and how this person interacts with other people. Like especially if you already see spirits, energies, you pick up on things, you're going to be watching this really wild energy of this distorted masculine figure, just like relishing in whatever this foul energy is. It's like they're thriving off of it, but you're watching it happen, and it may even feel, especially if you can see energy or see spirits or anything like that, it may be mind-blowing to you watching how this thing plays out, or watching how this person moves, and how they may be with some people and other people they're not. But whatever is happening is definitely happening on a spiritual level. It's interesting because every time I think about it, like I keep seeing like a person standing, but it's all of this energy that's moving around them, like a entity in and of itself, like almost like if you were talking about like a possession, or like something that like. Well, yeah, like a possession. Because I was going to say something like somebody jumped, like an entity jumped into someone. So this possession it could be someone high off of their own destruction, right? But you're gonna see it play out. You're gonna see it play out. I don't feel like it's gonna be hidden. I feel like with this Neptune card here, like you're gonna see it, right? And almost like you're gonna sense it, like I could just smell like a shift or something in the air. I don't know how to explain it, like, but you're gonna pick up on it. You're gonna sense it. Like I feel like you're gonna sense it before you even see it. Okay, so now we have Sunday, okay, and we have Divine Feminine, Move Your Body, Husband, Morning Comes, Travel Abroad, Blame, and Victory. So I feel like I have a message that's very specific. Excuse me, that's very specific to a particular person with this one, but there's also a general message that's here. So I'm going to do the specific message first. There's a Divine Feminine who's being asked to leave a situation because their partner, it feels like there's a child on the way. There's a baby or something that's on the way. Because when I saw Morning Comes, when I first pulled it, all I kept seeing was morning sickness. Like I just kept seeing it over and over and over again. And Travel Abroad, it made me think about someone who maybe they travel, maybe they travel for work or something, and they have a partner wherever it is that they're traveling, but that partner is pregnant. And so they could be going through some stuff. There could be a lot of blame being thrown around. But you're going to come out victorious on the other end. Okay. So that was a very specific message. So, whoever it fits, that is for you. Now, in terms of just in general, period, the Divine Feminine, whether we're talking about the Divine Feminine being an actual woman, or whether we're talking about a man who has tapped into or is tapped into his feminine energy or his emotions, and maybe he's being asked to move take his emotions out of the equation. If it's a divine feminine, you may be being asked to move yourself out of whatever the situation is, because there could be something around travel, maybe a trip. It doesn't have to be a faraway trip, but there is a travel abroad card that's here as well. So that we could be talking about somebody who travels pretty far and feels like maybe on a more regular basis. Maybe someone that you had a partnership with. It could be a man that you had some kind of partnership with. Right. And it feels like, there could be some blame that's being thrown around, whether it's towards you or towards this other party. But there's some blame that's being thrown around. Something either didn't go right, hasn't gone right. But there's something there. But I feel like whatever it is, whatever they could be blaming you for, or it's like one party here is not to blame, right? And the other party is. And the person who is to blame is the one who's been doing the most moving around, the most shifting, traveling. I also heard like their words, like they'll say this over here and then they'll say something different over here and then they'll come over here and it'll be something different over here. So it's like they're moving around, they're saying a lot of stuff and the stuff is not adding up, it's not making sense. So there's something that's coming out, there's something that's coming up that's going to cause this truth to come up. And like I said, there's going to be victory in it. So it's not something that you have to necessarily, be concerned about or anything like that. But it is something to pay attention to, because in this entire reading, right, there is this energy that is seeking to cause distraction, seeking to destroy, seeking to just interfere. And so that's part of why I think that energy around transmuting the current energies has come up so strong, because there's a shift that's happening in society, right? There's a shift energetically that's taking place. And so people, either you're trying to figure your thing out and you're doing what you need to do and you're taking care of what you need to take care of, or you're on the other side. And instead of doing those things, you're leeching off of someone, you're trying to take from someone, you're trying to vamp off of someone, feeding off of someone, and really relishing in the feeling of what it feels like to take from someone, to drain someone. And it's like those energies like white and black right now. So make sure that you're moving forward with clarity. Make sure that you're moving forward, trusting yourself and really being clear on who it is that you're talking to. Be careful who you share information with this week. I feel like anything positive that comes in for you this week, keep it to yourself. Because I feel like you're going to be surprised with who some of these people are. I feel like some of these people are people that were close to you, and you may have already known that maybe these people were not your people. But maybe you just didn't think that they would do some of the things that is going to come out that they have been doing or that they've done. So I feel like, that message around like, things not being what they seem, don't allow yourself to fall into a trap of whatever this energy is wanting to create, right? Because whenever you get ready to make, like we said, that shark card that came up, whenever there's this major of a reality shift that takes place, it will always bring out the predators. It will always bring out those that want to feed off of the bottom feeders, right? And so when this energy kind of comes in, you have to make sure that you're grounded. You have to make sure that you're doing the things that are important for you to do, so you move forward with clarity, confidence, faith, and trust in what it is that you're doing, and allowing for whatever this thing is to pass. It's kind of like that thing where the eagle will fly up high in the sky and the crow that had been attacking it will eventually fall off, because he just keeps going up. He's not worried about fighting off the crow. He's not worried about proving his point. He's not worried about any of that. He just keeps flying higher because he knows that the crow cannot go as high as he is. And I feel like this is part of what's happening here during this weekend and this week. There's been an energy here that has not wanted to let you go from the reality that you've been in, whether it is your own beliefs, whether it is some outside party, whether it is, whatever it is, there's a thing of like a hook that's being unhooked this week if you allow it, right? As long as you don't allow yourself to get caught up in whatever these things are, because it's meant to come up as an illusion. So you will act as though those are those things that are being shared, or those things that are being given are actual truth, right? And when you move on that action, it creates more of that reality, right? And you don't want to bring that reality in. So make sure that you are paying attention to what is actual truth, right? What is actual truth? Because it's imperative that we round this corner with honesty, with integrity. It's like whatever this is on the major, like a major paradigm shift. Like you're not going to be the same on the other side of this. Your life is not going to look the same on the side of this, but you've been looking forward to this. You've been working for this, right? I feel like you've just reached that point where it's kind of like, for those of you who have had children, you know, when that head starts to crown and it gets really, 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 really real, this is that moment, right? And, you know, you may feel that burn, you may feel that stretch and that feeling that's telling you, I don't think I'm going to make it through this, right? Or, you know, all of these things come up in your mind and you're really challenged to hold on to what it is that you know, what it is that you, what is this truth, right? The fact that you can do this, the fact that you were meant to do this, the fact that you were prepared and made to be able to bring this manifestation through, right? And it's usually not until you get past that little burn a little bit that all of a sudden, it just, everything else just kind of comes on along, right? And I feel like that is what this energy is. It's clearing the way. It's opening things up. It's allowing things to come forward. It's allowing things to come up that need to, so that you can move forward in a really powerful way. So I feel like, you know, if you witness some things, and I feel like a lot of it is going to be witnessing things. I feel like there are going to be some things that you may have to deal with, but I feel like you're going to be witnessing more of this than you are experiencing it directly. Okay. So that is a well-needed shift. Well-needed shifts don't always come with complete and total ease, right? Like I don't feel like this is like a doom and gloom reading at all, but I do feel like it is pointing out the things that will be pointed out this week or this weekend. And it's been happening throughout this week. So it really is just a continuation of the energy that's already present. Just trying to see if anything else comes up before I close out this reading. Okay, so I'm also getting watch your children, especially those of you who have boys. I keep just seeing like 3 little boys. Okay, so just make sure that you're minding, you know, paying them attention. Make sure you know where they are, what they're doing, who they're hanging out with. And more especially who they're hanging out with. Because I feel like whoever they're hanging out with could be, you know, not the kind of person they need to hang out with. So just be mindful of that. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading. I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all receive messages that are going to help you to move forward powerfully and confident. And until next time, make sure that you like and subscribe so you all can get the notifications whenever I post. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for all the love. And I look forward to speaking with you all again next week. Bye-bye.